Linear perspective eliminates multiple viewpoints to create an illusion of depth from a central viewpoint. The artist creates the illusion of depth using the main elements of linear perspective: the horizon line, located at the topmost portion of the artwork; the vanishing point, which is the central focus along the middle of the horizon line; and orthogonal lines, the imaginary diagonal lines that can be drawn along parallel lines or rows of objects to the vanishing point. In contrast to the early Renaissance, the High Renaissance took place from the late 1400s to the early to mid 1500s. The concept of humanism was a central focus of artists during this time period. The use of a single viewpoint in linear perspective placed an emphasis on the individual viewer in comparison to medieval artistry that had many viewpoints. Delivery of the keys, or Christ giving the keys to St. Peter, is a fresco or mural executed by Italian Renaissance painter Pietro Perugino between 1481 and 1482. This fresco marked the bringing of the Renaissance to Rome and is located in the Sistine Chapel in Vatican City, Rome. In the mural, the central focus is located in between Jesus and St. Peter, where the exchange of keys is occurring. This is clear by the exact line created between this point and the vanishing point in the distance, which is located at the top of the triangular shape on the chapel behind the main scene being depicted. The orthogonal lines also direct the viewer's gaze to the exchange of keys. These lines are the parallel lines along the ground that extend towards the vanishing point. The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci is a fresco or mural painting that was executed in 1494. In this mural, the vanishing point is located at the top of Christ's head so that the viewer's eyes are directed to the central focus, Christ himself. By following the tops of the wall tapestries or the coffers, one sees that this is where the orthogonals are located and intersect at Christ. Through the use of linear one-point perspective, Da Vinci makes it clear who the central focus is of this mural.
So this is a picture of the inside of a train in New York City. I took this picture while I was on my way home from school. I thought it would be interesting to take this picture because the train was empty. I took this photograph on my iPhone and with this original filter and later edited the picture to give its black and gray cool tones. You can see the grayscale monochrome colors and cool tone and its darker tints in this picture that makes it look like the train is abandoned. There are a lot of light sources which creates highlights and shadows. It is a symmetrical picture and there are high contrast values. When you look at this image, it seems like the door at the end is getting smaller as I move further away, which makes it a one-point perspective image. The second picture I took is a picture of a bench in Brooklyn Heights. It was taken in natural light during the day, so we can see that there are a lot of arcs and unique shape of the bench. The one-point perspective amplifies the color range and tints of the bench. As you can see, it creates a gradient effect because the color of the bench lightens towards the center, which creates an optical illusion. The vanishing point in this image is at the end of this bench because if you look closely at the center, it hardly seems like a bench, which is why I believe that this is an example of a one-point perspective image. We took this picture around Bowling Green, and the reason we took it is because of the famous landmark, One World Trade Center. We took this photograph in natural sunlight because it complements the exterior design of the building and as well as shows the contrast between the sky and the colors of the building. This image also creates an optical illusion because the building on the sides and in the front look taller and larger. The buildings next to it were constructed differently, whereas One World Trade Center stands out because of its curtain wall exterior. So the vanishing point in this image is at the center of One World Trade Center.